All right, welcome. Go ahead and find a seat, sit up nice and tall, find some length in the spine. If you do have blocks, make sure you have them handy. If you even have one block, that would be great. If you don't have blocks, not a big deal. We might do a little something with a block a little later, but I'll give an option to do it without as well. As you settle in, just find that length in the spine. Let the crown of the head float up and really root down through the sits bones. The tailbone draw towards the center of the earth. Feel the legs and the hips connect to the ground beneath you. Feel the base of your body, the foundation. And start to just shift your awareness and let it start to climb up the spine, creating a little more space between each vertebra as the crown of the head reaches up towards the ceiling. A nice big breath in and a big breath out. Take a few mindful breaths. You just tune into the present moment. Make sure the chin has a very slight tuck to it, opening up the back of the neck. And let the ears move back a little bit, just letting the head float above the heart. Tune into the here and now, what you feel, what you hear, and the breath just guiding you deeper and deeper into this moment, letting go of all else outside of this very moment here and now. Pull the breath deep down into the belly. And exhale slow and soft. Big inhale together. Open the mouth, find an audible exhale, sigh, let it go. Take the shoulders up to the ears, squeeze them tight. We're going to roll them forward, tuck the chin, and let the shoulders roll down. Stay there, take a nice big breath in and a big breath out. Inhale, start to lift the head, lift the shoulders up to the ears. Squeeze shoulder blades back together and melt them down. And do that one more time. Take the shoulders, roll them back and then up, and then take them forward. Tuck the chin. Think about a double chin, looking down, not dropping the whole head. And let the shoulders roll forward. Take a big breath. And then we inhale, lift the chin, lift the shoulders, roll them back, and melt them down. Let's sweep the arms out and up with a big breath in. Take up some space. As you breathe in, you might look up, and then exhale, release the hands and look down. Remember, we're not dumping the head down necessarily. Tuck the chin, create length in the back of the neck. Let's do that again. Inhale, the gaze might go up like you're reaching the chin towards the ceiling. And then exhale, release it down, look down. This time we'll inhale, lift the arms, bring the head to center. And as you exhale, arms down, look to the right. As the fingers touch down, start to tuck the chin and look down towards the right fingertips. Take a nice big breath there. Take your left hand to the low back. Maybe it reaches around towards the right hip, but drop that left shoulder down. Big full inhale, big full exhale. Feel free to stay just like this and breathe, or find a little gentle movement with the neck and head. Just exploring, staying on that side. Letting that chin kind of stay tucked and just moving in the ways that you intuitively find calling to you. Don't think too hard about it. If you find a juicy spot, you might pause there and take a few breaths. And then begin to pause, root down through the legs, the sitting bones. As you inhale, pull the tummy in and lift the head back up through center. And just release the left arm down. Take a nice full breath in, full breath out. Let's float both arms up. Big inhale, stretch it tall. As you exhale, look over to the left, fingers down. Good. Tuck the chin, look down towards the left fingertips. Nice full breath. Go ahead and take that right hand, bend the elbow, take the hands to the low back or even towards one of the hips, and then relax that shoulder down. Another full breath. Any little bit of organic movement that comes to you as you just explore. And then ground down to lift up, bring the head back up through center, release that right arm. And take a nice cleansing breath with me. Big inhale. Big exhale. Go ahead and take the hands to the knees. We'll just move through a little cat-cow here. Let the movements just grow as you breathe into each shape. Inhale, opening up the front body, squeeze shoulder blades together, and exhale, rounding the back body, pulling the heart to the back wall. And one more round. And then inhale yourself back to neutral. Roll the shoulders up and back and melt them down. Crisscross the legs in the opposite direction. And if that feels intense, then give yourself a little support. Pull something under the knees can be helpful sometimes. Reach the arms out and up with a big breath in. And as you breathe out, right hand, left knee, little twist, look behind you. Keep the spine nice and long. Take another full breath here. Next big inhale, unravel, reach the arms back up through center. And exhale, other side. Another full breath here. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, cactus arms, squeeze shoulder blades together, open the heart. And then inhale, reach those fingertips to the sky. And exhale, float them down. Beautiful. Right leg reaches out to the side, flex the foot. Wiggle yourself around, again, pulling flesh out from underneath. Excuse me. Foot is flexed, ground through the heel, toes are pulling up and back, but they're going straight towards the ceiling, not flopping in or out as best you can. Sit up tall, take the hands behind you, open the heart, big full breath in, and full breath out. The left hand's going to reach behind you and up towards the ceiling, and then we're going over towards the toes. So reaching anywhere along the leg that feels doable for you in this moment. Don't go farther than you can right now. Just take a big breath in and out. Round through the legs, pull the tummy in, lift the fingertips towards the toes, and sweep up towards the ceiling. And releasing the hand down behind you. Go ahead and walk those hands a little closer together behind you. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Press into the floor. Let the pelvis tilt forward. Nice full breath here. Either stay there or take the hands in front of you. Pull the floor towards you, lengthening up through the spine, tailbone's reaching back behind you. It's almost like you're kind of sticking your butt out a little bit, and the heart is reaching up and over your computer screen. Go ahead and take a few breaths. You might drop in deeper. Take your time. Maybe you come to forearms. Maybe you stretch the arms out in front of you. Maybe you stay up high. While you're here, you might tuck the chin gently and just look from side to side, moving the neck. Sync your breath with the movement. Nice full breath in and out. Moving down through the hands, low tummy pulls in. Start to walk yourself back up. Roll the shoulders when you arrive. The left hand's going to come diagonally behind you. Ground through that hand. Right arm lifts towards the ceiling. Either stay there or press through the left hand. Ground through the shin and the foot and lift the hips. Good. So you might choose to open up the throat and look behind you and move that right arm around. You might keep the chin tucked slightly and keep that stability in the neck as you move the arm around. Press the hips forward, take another breath. And then slowly melting left hip down to the ground, spiraling back through center. And when you arrive, just take a breath to reconnect. Big inhale, big exhale. And take that straight leg rather, bend it and place it in front of the other. Sweep the arms out wide, big breath in. Left arm over right, either give yourself a hug or find eagle arms. If you find eagle arms, lift the fingertips towards the ceiling, elbows are in line with the shoulders. Take a nice full breath, tuck the chin a little bit. Big inhale, big exhale. Feel free to stay there or start to melt the elbows down towards the ankles. If you're in eagle arms, forearms come towards the floor, tuck the chin. Take a nice big breath into the shoulder blades, the back of the neck. Ground through the feet, ground through the legs. Pull the tummy in, start to lift the heart, lift the elbows, lift the head, lift the fingertips. Unwind those arms, stretch them wide. Backs of the hands reach towards each other as you open the heart. Big breath in, big breath out. And then gently release your hands down to your lap. Take a nice breath, feel this moment, however it's showing up for you. Let's extend the left leg out to your side. Lengthen up through the spine, flex the foot. Nice full breath. Take the hands behind you, lift up and out. Right arm's gonna sweep up, big breath in, and then we turn the heart towards the toes, reach towards the toes any amount. Let your hand rest on your leg wherever feels good to you in this moment. You don't have to go as deep as possible. Let's take a nice full breath in and out. Ground through the legs, lift the fingertips beyond the toes. Even if they don't go beyond the toes, reach for those toes. And then reach for the sky and release the hand down to the ground. Walk the fingertips towards each other, squeeze shoulder blades together, open the heart. Nice big breath in and out. Feel free to stay right like that, or take the hands forward and pull the heart forward, extend the spine. And then with a couple breaths, you might choose to drop in deeper. Wherever you land, be willing to surrender just a bit more. And of course, a little movement with the neck is welcome. Check in with that left foot. Make sure the toes are reaching up towards the ceiling, not collapsing in. Couple more unhurried breaths here. Begin to root your hands to the floor. Low tummy pulls in to lift you up. As you arrive, roll the shoulders and the heart. And take that right hand diagonally behind you. Left arm's going to float up towards the ceiling. Take up space. Either stay here or ground through that right hand. Ground through the legs. Lift the hips. Open the hips up. Reach the fingertips to the wall behind you. Sway that arm around. Be mindful of the choice of where you put your neck. Either keep the chin tucked or let the throat open. And when you feel ready, spiraling right hip down to the ground, coming back around through center. Sit up tall. Reconnect here. Body and breath, this moment, here and now. Take that straight leg and bend it, place it in front of the other. Lengthen up through the spine. And stretch the arms out wide, big inhale. As you exhale, give yourself a hug, this time right arm on top. Either stay there and lift those elbows or find eagle arms, giving palm to palm. Reach the fingertips towards the ceiling, drop the shoulders. Tuck the chin gently. Nice full breath here. You can stay like that or start to let the elbows drop down. Tucking the chin, let the forearms come towards, parallel to the floor. We're not going all the way down. We're just opening up the back of the neck, the back of the shoulders. Nice full breath. Ground through the legs, low tummy pulls in to help lift the heart. Lift the arms up. And once they arrive, you can unwind those arms. Stretch them long. Take the backs of the hands towards each other. Open up, big breath in. And release the hands to the knees or thighs. Just feel your practice, feel your body. Reconnect to your breath. Mindful inhale, mindful exhale. Go ahead and stretch the legs out in front. And just find a little movement with the feet, pointing and flexing, and circles. I'm still loving these ankle circles. And go in the other direction. And then flex the feet and wiggle the toes. And then land, pressing energy out the heels. Heels are grounding down, so there's a micro bend in the knee. Hands down by your side, sit up really tall. Find more space between each vertebra. The crown of the head reaches up as the tailbone grounds down. Nice full breath here, pressing energy out the heels. The inhale, big exhale, pull everything to the center line. Inner thighs are pulling towards each other. Tummy's pulling in, heart lifts. Go ahead and take the soles of the feet together, knees wide. You can take hands to the ankles. You can take hands behind you. Press into the fingertips. Open the heart. Pelvis tilts forward. Knees drop down. Nice full breaths. Feel free to stay just like this. Or you can take the hands forward and drop it in a little deeper. You might sway from side to side gently, not too deep. And then just find a little surrender and softening as you land into stillness. Just full breaths. Release the jaw, release the gripping in the forehead. Letting go of anything that's creeping in, that is something you're attaching to, gripping. Let it go. Big inhale, big exhale. Bring your awareness to your hands on the earth. Start to press the earth away really slowly, feeling into what muscles are helping you to get up. And slowly make your way all the way upright. When you do, hands to the knees, pull them in. There's no rush, take your time. And just take the feet a little wider than the hips. Hands behind you and the windshield wiper. Just moving some of that energy around. Let the knees fall down to the right. Let the left hand swing around and look behind you. Press that hip forward. You might even look over the right shoulder. And gently come back around your center. Knees drop down to the left. Right hand swings all the way around as you look all the way to the back wall, maybe towards that left shoulder. Press the hip forward. And then coming back around through center. Okay. Awesome. Let's make our way to tabletop, hands and knees. If you'd like to pad your knees, feel free to do that. When you arrive, little cat cow. Maybe a little swaying from side to side. Find the organic movement that calls to you here. Take a couple more rounds. When you find your way back to neutral, get yourself set up there, pull up behind the heart a little bit, up behind the belly button. And extend the right leg behind you. Toes can be lifted or on the ground. But pull the tummy up, press the earth away with the fingertips. If that leg is lifted, pull that right hip down towards the earth to keep the tummy strong. Now you can extend the left arm if you choose, or keep the hands to the ground. Take another breath. Good. Knee to elbow or knee to nose. Don't just tap, pull in and up. And then extend as you inhale. 2 more like that. Tap, pull in and up, and extend. And last one. And extend. Let the knee leap, go back to the earth. Take your left arm, swing it out to the side. Open up. Thread the needle, left cheek, left shoulder to the earth. Nice full breaths here. Use your right hand into the ground to open up the elbow towards the ceiling. Help spiral you in a little deeper maybe. You can also walk the right fingertips towards the top edge of the mat. Wherever you are, breathe. Another full breath in and out. Let's take the right fingertips in front of the face, ground down. Press down to unravel that left arm all the way out and up to the side, and then come back to your tabletop. Invite a little cat-cow to move through. Eventually find your way to neutral tabletop. Check in, pull the tummy in, press up behind the heart a little bit, and then extend the left leg behind you, either toes to the ground or lifted, but keep the hips square to the earth. And then maybe the right arm extends. You always keep that right hand on the floor as well. Take another breath. Knee to elbow or knee to nose, pull in and up. Inhale, extend. Take it in. That's your exhale. Inhale, extend. And one more, bring it in. And extend. Keep the arm lifted if it's lifted. Release the knee down. We'll just float that right arm out to the side and up. Big breath in. And thread the needle. Right cheek, right shoulder to the floor. Left fingertips press into the floor, spiraling the elbow and armpit open. Either stay there or walk the fingertips towards the front edge of the mat. Beautiful. Nice full breath in and out as you are. Either walk the left fingertips in front of the face, ground down to lift up, right arm floats towards the ceiling. We come back through center. As you arrive in center, let's take the knees wide, toes together, press the hips back towards the heels, child's pose. Rest the forehead to the earth, or you can always place a blanket underneath your forehead. Let the hands rest where they're happiest, where feels good to you today. Nice big breath. Big inhale, big exhale. Start to walk the fingers forward, ground down through the hands, start to lift yourself up, tabletop. Curl the toes under, walk your hands forward a little bit, and let the hips come forward. And maybe you stay there, maybe you lift up into your plank. Press through the hands, press up behind the heart, look straight down, create length in the neck, another breath. And let the hips come up and back, downward facing dog. Walk out your dog. Look towards your belly button. Press through the hands, relax shoulders away from the ears. Another breath. Inhale, come forward into plank. Lower the knees, keeping them behind the hips, uncurl the toes, lower down slowly to the earth. Inhale, baby cobra, heart lifts, shoulders out of the ears. Exhale, back down. This time we're going to take the forearms to the floor, Sphinx. Spread the fingers, elbows are under shoulders. Pull the shoulders back, heart shines forward. Option to let the crown of the head lift up and out of the neck. Keep the pelvis and tops of the feet rooted, the forearms rooted, or gently tuck the chin. Try not to collapse too much. And just breathe either in stillness or find a little rocking from side to side if that's what feels good to you. Just taking another couple breaths here. If your head is down, start to engage and lift it up. Doesn't have to be thrown back. It can be the length of the spine extending. The chin slightly tucked. Pull the floor towards you, open the heart, one more breath. Let the elbows start to go wide and just rest on one cheek. Nice big inhale, big exhale. Go ahead and take the hands underneath the shoulders. Elbows in by your side. Press up either through tabletop or plank. And back into downward facing dog. Nice full breath here. Please extend the left leg behind you. Keep the hips square. Lift that heel a little more. And then step it all the way forward. Come to the point that feels right for you. Grab that foot. Pull it forward. Melt the hips. Take a nice full breath. Lengthen the spine. Gaze is down. Big inhale, big exhale. Go ahead and step that back foot forward, forward fold. Release the head, shake it yes and no. Ground through the feet. You might even clasp elbows if you feel ready for that. Big inhale, big exhale. Release the hands, ground through the legs, and lengthen the spine. Come up halfway. Really find that length. Crown of the head pulls forward, tailbone pulls back. And release into your forward fold. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Big inhale. And exhale, hands to heart center. Full breath in, full breath out. Sweep the arms to the sky, big inhale. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Root your hands to the earth, step back with the left leg. Settle into your lunge. Find some length in the spine. But make sure that right heel is in front or below the knee. One more breath. Ground through the hands, step it all the way back, plank. Got a vinyasa if you want it, or we'll just meet you in down dog in a few breaths. Full breath in, full breath out. Extending the right leg behind you. Lift the heel, but keep those hips square to the earth. Step it all the way forward. Help it forward if it needs. Get your foundation sturdy. Ground down, rise up for a high lunge. Take a few breaths, working that back leg towards straight, unless it's supportive for your hips or back to keep it bent. Nice full inhale. Left arm comes forward, right arm goes back. Energy in the fingertips. Let the palms face the same direction your heart is facing. Another breath here. Another. Ground down through the feet. Find your stability in the legs. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then we inhale, lift the arms back through center. As you release the hands, reach them forward, really fire up those legs. Slow descent to the earth. Step the left foot forward, forward fold. Tailbone starts to lift as the feet crown down. You might sway the head a little, you might clasp elbows. Another couple breaths here. Let the brain melt. Release the elbows. Inhale, come up halfway. Find length in the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive all the way up. And hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. You can clasp them and reach them up if that feels safe for the shoulders. Otherwise, find a wide V. Reach up and over to the right. Press down through the left leg. Nice full breath. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, other side. Press down, lift up. Then we take the arms, float them behind you. Clasp the hands, squeeze elbows and shoulder blades towards each other. Palms are together. Knuckles might start to reach down, but keep shoulder blades squeezing together, palms squeezing together. Make that your priority before extending the arms. Lift the heart, open up the chest. You don't have to lift the head up. You can keep that chin tucked in here and keep that neck strong if that feels safer for you today. Another breath. Bend the legs, inhale, sweep all that good energy up. Inhale. Exhale through center, forward fold. Little release of the head and neck. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Ground down through the hands, step back with the right leg. You might take the feet a little wider from left to right. You know we're going to come up to our high lunge, so get your stability set. Give yourself what you need here. Nice full breath. Right arm is going to come forward, left arm is going to go back. Energy in the fingertips, heart is facing the same direction, or the palm is facing the same direction as the heart. Another big inhale, big exhale. So just sweep the arms all the way up, come back through center. Reaching fingertips forward, slow descent. As slow as you can go the whole time. When the hands touch down, step back for a plank. Your vinyasa awaits you, whatever that looks like. You make your way into down dog, take nice full breaths. Please extend the left leg behind you. And take the knee to the nose, shift shoulders over wrists, squeeze. And step it back, three-legged dog. Left knee to right elbow, tap it. And shoot it back, three-legged dog. Left knee to left elbow, try to tap it. And send it back, three-legged dog. Let's step that left leg all the way forward, help it forward if it needs. Right heel draws down, ground through the legs, float yourself up for warrior two. Adjust yourself. Take a nice full breath as you settle in here. Letting the arms, either give yourself a hug or find eagle arms in front of the heart, off to the side. Left arm on top of right, sorry, I should have mentioned that. Fingertips reach up, elbows reach up. Start to take the arms just an inch or two towards the back of the mat. And then let the gaze go over the left shoulder towards the front of the mat. Nice full breath here. Beautiful. Bring the fingers and the arms back through center, the head back here, and then unwind those arms. Stretch them all the way up towards the ceiling, straighten the front leg. And as you exhale, bend the front knee, settle into warrior two. Palms up, bend the elbows in by the ribs. Let the thumbs reach towards the back wall, opening up the heart a little more. Gazes out over the left fingertips. One more breath. Fingertips reach out. Let the palms face down, and we cartwheel down. Back heel lifts. Really step that back foot forward a little bit. Let the heel draw down. You might grab your blocks for this. And start to straighten the left leg. Pull the left hip back. Lengthen the spine. Nice full breaths. Left hip back, right hip forward. If you want more, that left toe and ball of the foot can lift. Just moving my block so you can see. And then squeeze inner thighs together. Another breath in and out. If the foot is lifted in any way, ground the entire left foot. Bend the left knee. Move your blocks aside. Root down through the hands. Make your way back, plank, where your vinyasa awaits you. On arrival, extend your right leg behind you. Go ahead and bring that knee to the nose, shift forward into plank, via nose. Send that leg straight back, three-legged dog. Right knee, right elbow. Little tap, if you can get there. Just go in that direction. And send the leg back. Right knee, left elbow, squeeze. And send it back. Step that right leg all the way forward. Help it forward if it needs it. Let the back heel draw down behind you, ground down. Make your way up to warrior two. Settle in a little bit. Good. Heart and pelvis are facing the same direction. Gaze out over the front fingertips. Take the right arm over the left, eagle arms, or give yourself a hug. Lift the elbows, lift the fingers. Start to bring the forearms to the back of the mat, just like an inch. And then turn the gaze over the right shoulder, over the right knee. Full breath here. Start to unwind the arms and the head back through center, and then sweep those arms out. String them all the way up, straighten the front leg. And exhale, bend that front knee, settle back in. Put the palms face up, bend the elbows towards the ribs. Open up. The thumbs reach towards the wall behind you. Gaze is out over the front fingertips. One more breath. Stretch those fingers out, reaching the arms and the palms face down, and we cartwheel down. Back heel lifts. Step the back foot forward a little bit so the heel can drop down. Start to straighten the front leg. You might grab blocks or come up on fingertips. Right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward. 2 good breaths here. You can always lift the ball of the right foot to get in a little deeper. Another 2 breaths. Release the right foot to the floor, ground down through the hands, bend the knee, step it back. You've got a vinyasa if you want it. Feel free to come into child's pose, walk straight into dog. Take a few extra breaths, either hanging out in one or the other. Nice big breath in and out. Beautiful. Making your way into down dog if you're not there already. Bend your knees, let your heels lift, and send the hips back. So your belly's coming towards your thighs. Nice bent knee, down dog. One more breath here. Inhale, start to shoot it forward into plank. We're going to take the feet wide as the mat. Let the heels, try not to lift the hips here. Let the heels drop down to the left. Either come up onto the right fingertips, take the right hand to your heart, or open up into a modified side plank. One more breath where you are. Lift those hips. Release the hand down. If it's lifted, come back to center. Heels drop down to the right. Left hand comes to left fingertips. Maybe to the left, to the heart. Maybe to the sky. Lift the hips. Another breath. Left hand comes down. Bring the knees, the body back through center. Release the knees down. Curl the toes under. Cross the hips back towards the heels. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, start to lift yourself up. Uncurl the toes. Bring the knees in next to each other, sitting on your heels, or place a block between the ankles and sit on that, or two blocks. You can even put a pillow or a blanket between the ankles and the bum. Just take a moment here, just feel your practice, reconnect to a mindful breath. We're going to inhale, float the fingertips up, take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, take the hands to the low back, round the spine, take it all the way in. Inhale, lift the head, the heart, reach the arms out and up. As you exhale, hands come to the low back, tuck the chin, round in. And one more, inhale, take it all the way up. Exhale, release, round in. Bring your hands under your shoulders, slowly lift your head and heart. Hands to the thighs, just take a breath here. We'll walk the hands forward. Come to tabletop. Curl the toes under. Press yourself back into down dog. Extend the left leg behind you. Step it all the way forward. Help it forward if it needs. Right foot's going to step out a little bit and forward a little bit and let the heel drop down. Right toes are facing the right front corner of the mat. Squeeze the thighs together, squaring the hips to the front. Ground down in your warrior one footing and float up. Warrior one. Full breath here. I'm going to offer a couple options. You can clasp the hands at the low back, open the heart and stay up high, or fold into your humble warrior. You can also take the arms wide and cross right over left. Find your eagle arms, reach those fingertips up, tuck the chin, stay high, or hinge forward for your humble warrior. So what's going to serve you best in this moment? Heart melts towards the inside of the left leg. Keep pulling that left hip back. It loves to poke out here. Decide where your gaze is, towards the left toes or the back foot. Effort and ease. Find your stability, find your breath. One more here. Try not to grip the toes. Root down, lift up. Wherever you are, float the arms out and up. Big breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to open up all 10 toes to the wide edge of the mat. Swan dive, forward fold. Let's release the head and the neck. Hands can walk behind you towards the back edge of the mat if you'd like. Find any expression of your wide leg forward fold. Walk the hands so they're under the shoulders. Come up halfway with fingertips to the ground. Let the crown of the head really reach forward. So your gaze is straight down. Tailbone reaches back. Lots of space. One more breath here. Either stay like this or bend the knees a little bit to give you a little more stability. Pull the tummy in and stretch those arms out to the side. Nice full breath. Good. Release the hands down. We're going to walk all the fingers towards the front edge of the mat, all 10 toes, little lunge. And step it back. Find your way to down dog. Full breath. Right leg lifts. Step it forward. Take the back foot, step it forward and out, and plant that heel down. Squeeze inner thighs together, float yourself up for your warrior one. Find your foundation, ground down. Decide which way you want to do the arms. Just because you did it one way on the other side doesn't mean you have to do it that way. So what's going to serve you? Opening up, staying high. If you do the eagle arms, we're doing, what are we doing? Right over left. Lift the fingertips. Nice full breath. And if you decide to hinge forward, with the heart, we'll reach towards the inside of that right knee. Try not to let the right hip fling out. Try to pull it back. And let the head release, looking towards the back foot or maybe straight down. Another breath or two. Ground through the legs. Find your stability. Effort and ease. Root down, rise up. Swing the arms out wherever they are. Take them all the way up. And we exhale, opening up all 10 toes towards the long edge of the mat. Swan dive, forward fold. Take the hands under the heart. You might grab a block for this. If you need to grab a block, be mindful of grabbing it safely. Take that block under your heart. Take the left hand and place it on the block. The right arm floats up. Find a little twist. Press down, lift up a little more. Nice full breath here. And let's release that hand down. Root down through the right hand. Left arm lifts. We find a little twist. Full breath in, full breath out. Release the hand down. Move your block aside. We're going to walk the hands forward. Press through the hands, send the hips back. It's a wide leg down dog. Let the chin tuck. Nice full breaths. Pull up behind the heart and the belly button. Hands come under the shoulders. And we start to walk the hands and the feet towards the front edge of the mat. Ground through the hands, step it back, plank. You've got a vinyasa, it's your last one. And when you are done, or if that done is now, we're just going to hang out in child's pose for a few breaths. Full inhale, full exhale. Just connecting deeper to your breath. Let the hands come under the shoulders, press yourself up, it's nice and slow. And roll the hips to one side, let the feet come forward. Grab one of your blocks. And just do a little neck release. So take your block. If you don't have a block, you can try this with a rolled blanket also. It'll be a little different, but you'll still have an experience. So if you need to roll your blanket, just roll it up nice and tight, and it would go from left to right. With your block, this can be a little tricky to do online, which is why I don't really teach it too often, but it's pretty juicy, especially if you get headaches. So take your block, lowest setting. I know it's hard to see with my dark mat, and do the lowest setting, left to right. Now, if you have a ponytail in, you probably want to take it out. Make sure that you can get access back there. So I want you to feel back there and just feel that arch in the head, the occipital ridge, the little ridge that the brain goes, or the skull goes down. Feel that. And that's the area that we want to lay on this edge closest to you. Now, the trick here, so you might start to go down using a little core strength if you'd like. When you get down, here's the trick. That front edge sometimes lays too flat. So you have to tuck the chin, and then you might need to lift the side of the block that's closest to you. So sometimes I would say just put a thumb underneath it could be enough. Maybe tilt it a little bit and put like 2 or 3 fingers underneath. And you have to kind of find that spot. It's right on that occipital ridge, maybe a little below it. When you get there, gently turn the head from side to side. And feel free to explore a little bit. If you're not finding it, you might move the block up or down. You might need to put something underneath the front edge of it to tilt it a little bit better. My body likes it when it's tilted quite a bit. If you do this at home, you can get really into getting that set up, maybe with a blanket underneath it or a rolled sock. And just breathe into those sensations. If you love this, feel free to stay and hang out for a little while longer. If you're done, come to center. Use your hands on your head to lift your head up. Hold with one hand, move the block aside, and gently release that head all the way down. When you get there, take a breath in and a breath out. Let's let the arms come wide from the shoulders. Bring the knees into the chest, a little rock and roll. And bring those knees into the chest. If you want to use a block between the knees to support the hips or the low back, feel free to put that there now. And then the knees will roll over to the right. We find our twist. So any version of a twist that works for you, just give yourself the support you need. And then decide where the head feels happiest after we just release the neck. We don't want to mess that up per se. So maybe the gaze is just gentle towards the right fingertips. Maybe finding a little twist in the spine all the way up through the neck feels good. So you can lift the head, look over towards the left fingertips. Place the head down. Or maybe it's straight up towards the ceiling. Let go once you find your spot. Find your breath, be with your breath, releasing everything to the support around you. Take a few more unhurried breaths here. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, just to encourage more surrender, more exhalation, more present moment. A nice big inhale and big exhale right where you are. Breathing in, preparing the body. Breathing out, use those muscles to bring the knees back up to center and give yourself a little hug. Wrap your arms around the legs. Roll from side to side. And as you feel ready, pull the knees into the chest. Let the arms go wide again. And we start to release the knees to the left. Twist on the other side. Make conscious choices. Decide where the neck is going. Let the legs surrender once you've hit the earth or your props. Go of the feet, let go of the face, let go of the shoulders. Another full breath in and out. Begin to inhale to prepare the body. Exhale, pull the knees to center. Ahead and take your hands to the knees and roll from side to side. And then pause in center, place your feet to the floor, heels close to the hips, hands down by your side. We'll just move through a little moving bridge. Inhale, ground down, lift the hips any amount. Exhale, lowering down one vertebra at a time. Use your core to lower down, nice and stable. Okay. If you'd like to add the arms in, lift the hips, lift the arms up and over the head. And release the hands down as the hips lower down. Keep going, whatever way you choose, just use your breath. Be intentional with the spine placement. Next time your hips land to the earth, let your arms rest by your side. Big belly breath. Hands to the knees, fingers pointing towards your toes. Press the knees away with straight arms. That's your inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows, pull the knees in. Inhale, press them away. Exhale, pull them in. Two more. Last one. When you pull them in, give them a hug, squeeze tight, say something kind to yourself. And gently release for Shavasana. Allow the legs to draw long if that feels okay for you. Release the shoulders, let the palms face up. Give yourself support if you need. A little blanket under the body, under the knees. Let go of all doing. Just take this time to embrace being. begin to bring your awareness in, to just tune into the body, the breath, earth supporting you, the air around you. Once the awareness comes in, you can choose to bring in an action to wake the body further. Maybe it's a deeper breath. Maybe it's some movement. Allow that waking of the body to happen organically, maybe with a little encouragement. And eventually find your way into a nice full body stretch. And bending the knees and just making your way to one side, whichever side calls to you. Don't think about it, just feel it in your heart. And roll to that side, take a few moments to rest in the fetal position. When you feel ready, use the top arm, press it into the earth, spiral yourself upright, taking all the goodness of your practice with you. And as you find your way upright, do find more length in the spine. Let the shoulders roll back. Take a few moments to let your awareness wash around the body. Be with what is in this moment. Gently bring the palms together in front of your heart. Feel into the energy connection from the left hand to the right hand. Let's close together with a cleansing breath. Nice big belly inhale. Releasing, letting go. Exhale. And from this place, we bow down. In honor of ourselves, in honor of each other, and in honor of the place where we all meet as one.